Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. I was actually working on a video today from an article that I had read on Bryson Eason, but then one of you guys, one of our regular listeners, sent me a message on Facebook and asked if I actually watched Bryson Eason's full media session. And man, I am glad that I got that message because I loved everything that Eason had to say about Coach Heupel, about the relationships, about the future of this football program. We're going to get into it, but as always, guys, please go ahead and smash that like button. Some of you do it, some of you don't, but if you would take just 2 seconds just below the video here, just press that thumbs up. Also, go ahead and make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out when we drop content or when we go live. We're going to be doing an orange and white game watch party on Saturday. Kickoff is 4 o'clock. We'll probably go live just a few minutes before that to talk to you guys. And just a reminder, we can't show the game on YouTube. You will get struck for copyright immediately. So you have to make sure you have it set up so you can watch it. And then we'll just talk together, and it'll be fun time hanging out. You guys seem to enjoy those watch parties. So again, make sure you're subscribed, hit that bell for notification. But let's get into it. Hot out of the gates with this one. Here we go.
I looked at it as I chose Tennessee. I didn't choose the guys that were here at Tennessee, and I want to be involved. So with those guys leaving, I saw nothing but opportunity and just saw my time to, step up and work hard to earn myself some playing time out there on that field. And, I just took it as, like you said, opportunity and was, licking my chops. Couldn't wait to get, spring ball. Whoever the coach was came in. And luckily it was a guy like Coach Hype who brings great energy and, who tell us, we take it day after day, you know what I'm saying? We can't get tomorrow. We can't get yesterday back. So we got to focus on today, and, who knows what tomorrow holds. So, Coach Heupel has done a great job so far, and I respect him, and I love the things that he is doing here, and I'm all for it. I'm about all in 100%.
So many people on this channel tell me that, Boogie, you don't know what you're talking about. These kids don't play for the T. They don't play for the T. You're stuck in the 80s. You're stuck in the 90s. In the words of Vols JP, get out of here, man. Get out of here. You heard everything Bryson Eason just said. My teammates left. I don't care. New coaching staff, that's fine. I chose Tennessee. I wanted to be a Vol. Bryson Eason is the type of kid that we need in Knoxville. Bryson Eason is the type of kid I want in Knoxville. He's playing for the T. He's not playing for the coach. He's not playing for this or for that. He is playing for the University of Tennessee, so I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't want to hear that gone are the days of playing for the T because that's simply not the case. I chose Tennessee. I want to be a Vol. I like that he goes on to talk about what Josh Heupel has brought to the table. This is just another case of another guy that's bought in 100%.
Well, with the previous staff, it was more of more of a military, style form of practice, if you know what I mean. They're like, it was very strict and things like that. Nothing to the other guys. But with this practice, it's more of a it's more catered to us and the team and the players. Like we out there, we have music and it's just a whole different kind of it's just a whole different kind of energy level out there. We out there competing and having fun and just, going at each other with some friendly, good competition. So the vibe and the environment is just completely different from what it was last year and what I experienced.
At this point, I'm not here to run down Pruitt any more than we already have. Obviously, the guy didn't get it done. Complete failure as a head coach. But when Eason says that the vibe and the atmosphere is completely different from what he experienced last year, he talks about buying in. I think this football team finally has leadership. He goes on to talk about the relationships from last year compared to this year. So when you talk about changing the culture and you say, every coach talks about it, Boogie, it's a bunch of BS. It doesn't mean anything. Only wins and losses matter. You're right. You're right about that, but you got to start somewhere. And when you start talking about relationships and whether or not they can impact the outcome of the game, listen to this next clip.
mean, personally, I can say yes because there's a lot of guys on this team that I really didn't have much relationships with last year. I go to war for these guys any day, anytime, anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So, just with Coach Hyper bringing that kind of energy in, and with those guys leaving, and him bringing us together like a family, it's just doing great for the team. And me personally, I love it because I mean, if I know this guy outside of football, this and that, when it comes to the field, it's going to be natural. So I love it.
So we're talking about a guy that last year openly admits it, that he didn't have very many relationships with his teammates. Then he goes on to credit Josh Heupel for coming in, creating a family atmosphere with a group of guys that Bryson Eason now says he's ready to go to war with. Are you guys following this train of thought that I'm going down here? I've been talking about it for weeks, and some people get it, some people don't. Do you see why changing the culture? I get it if you don't like the buzzwords, that's fine. But do you understand why changing the culture, relationships, family, all of it, every bit of it is important? This team may not go out and win an SEC championship. Heupel may not work out, but you have to start somewhere. And you can see the pieces coming together. Josh Heupel putting this thing together. A change has to be made, and we're seeing that starting from the ground up. Let's hear more as Eason was asked what he thought about his teammates on the offensive side of the ball.
I can name the whole offense, to be honest, but a Memphis native, Jabari Smiles, man, he looks great at running back. I've been knowing him since high school, middle school. Look like he's been doing it, since then. And some other guys, Harrison, Brian Hendon, all those guys to me at their quarterback position has been doing a great job leading the offense. And on the offensive line, man, going against Darnell, Kay, RJ, all of those tackles and things, man, those guys are very tough, and it's going to be tough to see anybody get a sack on any of those guys. And also, Javonte Spraggins, he's a dog. He's a dog. Chris, you know what I'm saying? Like I told you, I could talk about all those guys, but from what it looks like, the offense is going to be very high speed and have a lot of speed going into it. And it just looks like they're going to have fun on this side of the ball.
Talking about an offense there that last season struggled. Man, they struggled. They barely scored 17 points. Enter Josh Heupel, all of a sudden, magically, these playmakers start to appear. The same names over and over. Guys like Jabari Small, guys that do things the right way. Praise for this offensive line continues to pour out across the board, from the head coach to the position coach to the teammates across the board. This offensive line has been praised. If this football team can get any type of consistency at the quarterback position, tell you what, guys, this is going to be a fun team to watch on Saturdays. This is what Eason had to say about the orange and white game coming up on Saturday.
I'm very excited because I have an opportunity to play and actually be on the field with all the fans. So that's something I can't look forward to, and I'm just ready to be out there and go ready to ball, have some fun with the guys.
Ready to ball, ready to go out and have some fun with the guys. It seems like everybody on this football team is finally having fun. Changing the culture. I know some of you guys hate it. Playing for the T. That is what we need. I don't want to hear that guys don't play for the T anymore. You heard it straight from Bryson Eason's mouth. And I know some of them don't. Some of them don't play for the T. Some of them are playing for themselves. Some of them are playing for a coach. Everybody has their reason. Everybody has their why. But I'd like to have a football team full of Bryson Easons that are playing for the T. Looking forward to the orange and white game on Saturday. A lot of things I want to see. I want to see this offense. I want to see this up-tempo, fast-paced, electric Josh Heupel offense. I want to see the quarterbacks. I want to see the quarterbacks cut loose and slinging the rock around. I want to see somebody emerge. I think that Josh Heupel needs to find that fine balance. The orange and white game under Pruitt it seemed like they wanted to just get it over. Just get it over with and move on. Then you can go back to Butch Jones, and what an absolute circus. He was more concerned with being on a microphone, walking around screaming and yelling than he was anything else. I want Josh Heupel to find somewhere in the middle there, but I want to see this offense. I want to see this offense in full gear. I want to see them not holding back. I want to see what they bring to the table. Again, guys, don't forget Saturday, 4 p.m. kickoff. We'll probably go live around 3:45 to talk to you guys a little bit before the game kicks off. I hope you'll stop by. I hope you'll join us for the watch party. We did it last season. I think it was season before maybe. A lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. We'll get synced up, watch that game together. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. Again, do me a favor. Just please press that thumbs up on the way out the door. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.